to another show at Channel Control. We're back, doing the thing. Here's this guy.
Hi, I'm Matt. You can find me on all social media at Move the Joystick.
It's your boy, the ETCW. World Heavyweight Champion.
Of the world!
Not the city, but the world.
There's a big glare on your world.
Oh, my bad. Hit me up on all social media at RealJackassBC, RealJCKASSBC.
And I am Rob Entropy. You can find me at Channel Control TV on Instagram and YouTube, where you're watching right now, and Channel Control on the Twitters. What are you doing? Why are you touching me?
Because you get stressed, so I feel like you need your temples rubbed.
I'll give you a temple rub later on.
I don't know what that means.
You're going to enjoy it.
Oh, okay. So, TV
I
stuff
get
has
it
been
now.
happening.
Yes.
And the first one, I was a little bit pissed off about.
Dude, you went off
I
on
went
people.
crazy. Ubisoft has decided that they're going to do a female-led TV show female-driven show based on their video game Skull and Bones.
You know, the video game that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, the game that comes out sometime either third or fourth quarter this year. Mm-hmm. It is going to be about female pirates in the Indian Ocean area in the late 1700s, which is around the end of the pirate period. Right. So, why Skull and Bones?
Why not?
I told you before, okay, Skull and Bones, yeah, people looking forward to it, but it's not out. They already had an Assassin's Creed Black Flag where they had two female characters in it, Anne Bonny and Mary Read. Do a show based on them. Have Assassin's Creed drive the show.
Well, okay, so if you wanted to do it, I wonder if it has a lot to do with the setting, because it is based in the Indian Ocean, whereas Assassin's Creed Black Flag was based in the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. So wouldn't it be kind of a bit of a conflict to have another pirate show that's based in the same space that most pirate shows have been? Like, you look at Pirates of the Caribbean. Obviously, it's in the name. They were based in the Caribbean. Black Sails was based in the Caribbean. Sure, sometimes they went to England, but it was between England and the Caribbean. So, to set yourself apart, you move to the Indian Ocean. Can you really? Do you have a reason for Anne Bonny and them to be there, or can you just go with another license you already have? Yeah,
you had a big thing as far as that area in the Caribbean, because everyone was going back and forth between them.
Right, of course.
That's where your major trade routes were. So, I mean, yeah, of course. I'm going to sit here and wait for a ship to come by.
Is there any kind of start date or anything?
No, nothing.
It's all just an announcement.
And the game comes out later this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, looking outward in, my thoughts are it's probably, hey, let's put this out there now. Then when the game comes out, people get excited about it. And as the game starts ramping down, boom, we hit them with a TV show. And now we have a franchise we can build around. Why not do Assassin's Creed? Well, we tried an Assassin's Creed movie, and that didn't work very well for us.
No, it didn't.
No. So let's try to do something else. And who's to say, maybe when the Assassin's Creed movie's coming out, they already had this pirate show in development. They we're going to do an Assassin's Creed movie. We're going to do Assassin's Creed pirate TV show. Movie bombed. What else do we have? Skull and Bones? Change everything.
Well, and I think this is a time where it's perfect to do something like this, because we don't necessarily know who the character is on Skull and Bones yet, the female character, but we do know she's a predominantly focal point of that game in some aspect.
Yeah.
She owns a ship, she's the captain, and that's it's different. It's a big deal, so we can drive a show with that. I think the main hurdle for this show has nothing to do with the fact that the game has not come out yet. Because I think it's regardless. We know that it's going to be, a show. We know it's going to be a game. One may succeed while the other fails. Both may succeed. Who cares? I think it's going to matter based off of where it is. Is it going to be on a network television channel? Is it going to be on a streaming service? Because honestly, my theory is it's going to be on Amazon Prime. Because Amazon Prime is very big on their story-driven shows. You can have it on there. And also Ubisoft has they have a relationship with them because they put their Far Cry movie on there. They also put their...
they have the Far Cry one on there?
Yeah, they have the Far Cry short was on there, and they also have that...
Division.
The Division short on there, too.
Like when everything first the breakout first happened.
Exactly.
The outbreak, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I think that if it is on Amazon Prime, that this show will succeed and will do very well because you at least have a show that will be on a platform where they know how to take things seriously and give it the time that it's due. Mm-hmm. I think if it's on a network then it's going to have a lot of issues because there's going to be those little executives that come in and be like, we need to make this gimmickier. We need to make this funnier, okay? Like, and then there's always going to be those characters that you're just like, oh my God, I hate this. And also they have lower budgets. So, it's going to be interesting to see where this all shapes out.
I mean, the thing I thought you were going to bring up was the fact that a lot of Ubi's shows have not done well.
Well, what Ubi shows have they done? Like TV, like movies? Yeah, no, the movies are terrible.
Yeah.
But what TV shows have they done?
They did the Division thing on Amazon.
But that was a short film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was Assassin's Creed Lineage that went straight to DVD or Blu-ray.
But that was another film, right?
Yeah. Well, it was a bunch of short. It was a film, yes.
Okay.
It was a film.
Okay.
So yeah. So their films aren't great.
No, their films are terrible.
So.
But film and television are two very different things. You can tell a broader and bigger story with television versus in movies you have an hour and 40 minutes to like really sell something.
Okay. All right.
Versus that first hour you have in a movie can be your pilot episode.
All right. I mean,
he's still not sold.
I'm going to watch it. It's not like I'm not going to watch the show. I'm going to give it a shot.
Although I have not watched Black Sails, I really need to.
I haven't
either.
It's
amazing.
I love pirates.
Yes.
Like, that age-old question of if you could live at any time period, when would it be? I'd be pirates. I would be Captain Jackass, and I would have my own ship, and we would have... And I even have my own pirate flag designed. It's pretty dope.
So would you like transport your mind into the past, or just like go into its portal, just like, okay, I'm gonna live in the 1700s?
I would rather just go into the 1700s.
Okay, and then you like be like, all right, I'm Captain Jackass,
and go to war with Blackbeard.
I like it.
I want Queen Anne's revenge.
Like that little Mexican girl in the commercial. Why not both? Be a pirate ninja. Like Edward Kenway.
That's true. No, and that is a great point. Everybody loves pirates. Black Sails was a great success for Stars. Pirates of the Caribbean, you don't even have to talk about that. You just say it and everybody knows it. We know how much of a fiscal success even the bad movies have been
even
for Disney. So, like, pirates are big. So if you have a title, an IP that you can make a series about with pirates, bro, you're going to clean up.
Okay, so don't know when it's going to show up, but at some point, Skull and Bones, the TV series, will be around.
I could see it probably, late 2020, I think? Because, like, they have this year to write, cast... put everything together, and then next year, and then even film, and then next year, boom, like edit and put it all together.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Our next story. It's kind of old, but everyone saw this coming. I know we talked about it multiple times, but The Punisher and Jessica Jones has been canceled, and boom, stunner.
Bam.
Oh my God. That was the end of the MCU on Netflix.
Here's what's really funny about this. Iron Fist airs. 3 weeks later, it's canceled.
Yes.
Luke Cage airs. 3 weeks later, it's canceled. Daredevil airs. 3 weeks later, it's canceled. Punisher airs. 3 weeks later, It and Jessica Jones are canceled. These were just like, you know what? Look, guys, that bitch is canceled too. Yeah. We're not even going to try to hide it. We're not going to let you hang on to any hope. We'll air the season in a couple weeks. But look, she done too. They all done.
I like that that's what there was in that press release. They were like, these are all canceled. We'll still air that Jessica Jones thing afterwards. Like, wait, hold up. Like, we're just going to say screw it, right? Like, whatever.
Look, we're going to release it on DVD and put on Netflix the very same day.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, just go ahead, watch
it,
buy it. We don't care.
Yeah.
Now, before we kept on saying that, they're just going to cancel it, put on Disney Plus, but those shows can't go to Disney Plus.
Hulu.
Yeah.
Yep. They will, and I say that because of the 4 animated shows that they're going to do for Hulu, which are their adult animated shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Howard the Duck, MODOK, my favorite, Dazzler and Tigra. Okay, more Dazzler. And the last one was... I can't remember the 4th one.
I don't remember either.
Yeah,
Dazzler's the pop star one, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Whatever. If it's not Taylor Swift, T-Swizzy needs to be Dazzler.
That'd be awesome.
That would be
cool.
If they
that'd
get
be
her
awesome.
to do the singing parts of Dazzler, would you be happy?
She needs to voice it. She needs to voice it. If we ever do it live action, she needs to be at live action. Look, T-Swizzy is...
She's Dazzler.
She's Dazzler. I guess that's how it is.
That's it. Yeah. Trifecta.
She watching The Rock too goddamn much, man.
What?
Anyway,
What's The Rock have to do with this?
Because The Rock loves Taylor Swift.
Everyone loves T Swift.
That's
okay?
true. Everyone loves T-Swizzle.
Calm down.
She gonna make it one day. She gonna find love.
Yeah. So okay,
I hope
you
she
got
doesn't.
these
She'll have no more music if she
adult-driven shows, and Disney has already said that they consider Hulu their adult platform. So
because they own it now.
Yeah.
So in 2 years,
those shows are going to be there.
In 2 years, we'll see them there.
Bob Iger, not Bob Iger, Jeff Loeb even wrote a letter that was on Marvel.com a couple weeks ago, like a week and a half ago, and he was like, yeah, well, they said it couldn't be done. We did this, we did that, and that, and so on and so on. The shows are gone now. Thanks for watching. To be continued. So we know they're coming back. They're going to do something.
Here's the problem with it, though. Here's my only worry. It's gonna be easy to get your stars back. They'll be able to come in, film whatever they need. Because the way Netflix film or the way they film those shows, it's very quick.
Yes.
Mm. It's not like, hey, we have a very long shoot. No, it's short, sweet, to the point. But the rest of the crew, who's to say they don't? Because it's like with WWE. There's a no compete clause here. We won't see them for a minimum of 2 years.
Right.
So what's the rest of that crew supposed to do? Like, not work? Like, they're gonna have to go get other jobs, which is gonna hurt possibly the productions of these shows coming back. We're not gonna have the same production crew people, possibly. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that worries me.
Yeah, you're right. It sucks that we're going to lose out on some very talented crew members. But it is what it is. You got to make ends meet. It's a good podcast. It is a great podcast, especially with the jackass. But yeah, no, it's just it sucks. But you gotta put food on the table. So if it means that you miss out on doing this, but you got an opportunity to make money and feed your family, then do it.
I mean, they'll make it.
Yeah, they'll find another job. I mean,
if Aaron can make it, they can make it too.
I just like how BC just brought this whole thing down. It's just
just saying.
Think about these people.
I'm just saying, and it's not the people. I mean, yeah, sorry, but I'm like. I'm afraid it's going to hurt this. Showrunners leave, story writers leave. Yeah. So now we have new people writing these stories. Are they going to be able to do? Are they going to be as well as they were on Netflix?
I think so, because you look at what a lot of these, like, it's just Disney. I mean, Disney will come in and they'll choose the right people to come in and do it, and they'll be like, look, this is what our goal is. Well, this is where you are headed. If you don't follow these key things, then whatever, you're gone. Yeah. Just add whatever else you want to it. Like, that's Disney, though. Like, if this were, like, DreamWorks, I'd be like, oh, God, we're screwed. But it's Disney.
Weren't those shows like the production company mainly Netflix led or whatever. So yeah, I mean, since they're gone, it's gonna it's gonna fall into Marvel's hands to replace or get these people. They might find some of the original production company, but I mean, can you say you're gonna get something bad out of Marvel?
I mean,
but like it's like this. Marvel, other than I think he just now returned, but Marvel has never used until recently the same composers for 2 films in a row, even for sequels, because once they come back, they're like, "Well, we want more money." He's like, "We don't want to pay you more money. We'll get somebody else."
Yeah.
You know,
they had it's a New England Patriots mentality of like, we'll just pay a cheaper person.
Yeah. You know, and so it's always, the music always sounds similar, but it's always a little bit different. Yeah. That's why there's no Superman theme with the Avengers. Right. You know, there's no Batman theme with the Avengers. You know, there is that one song we know, but in the next movie it's a little bit different, and in the next movie it's a little bit different again. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's always different people.
Yeah, and that's because Disney. I mean, they can find like some schmuck that's just got out of like Juilliard, and it's just like, hey, you're gonna do the Avengers theme song. And it's like, okay, but this is how I want to do it. And it's gonna be like, no, that's great, but you have to follow these rules and then add whatever the hell else. We don't care. Yeah, like it's just.
And I mean, if they go find someone new, how much are you going to argue? It's like, hey, Disney called for you. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do whatever they want.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, at our last bit of news right now, which I'm happy for, I think a lot of people at this table are happy for, China has made her way into the WWE Hall of Fame. Well, not just China, but Degeneration X.
That's what I keep going. I'm like, it's not China. Everyone's like, China's going in. I'm like, no. Degeneration X is going in. They're just going to be like, it's DX, we're in the Hall of Fame. It's X-Pac, it's Billy Gunn, it's Road Dogg, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, China. Rick Rude.
We don't care about them. China's got it. Yeah. But the thing was, it's like, the rest of them could have made it in. It was like, yeah, it was sitting like, she's never making it in.
Like, Shawn Michaels, he's already in. Triple H, he'll get in on his own. Mm-hmm. But, like, the rest of them, honestly, I feel like this is the only way they were going to get in.
Oh, you're out of your mind. The New Age Outlaws will go in, too.
You think they're going to be, like, separate, too?
No. Okay. Well, I don't think they'll put in Road Dogg Jesse James. And I don't think they'll put in badass Billy Gunn.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But they'll put in the New Age Outlaws.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
I'm saying individually, I just don't think they would have gone in unless they were all together as Degeneration X.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they'll get their own separate and thing is for the New Age Outlaws.
How much would that suck, by the way, to have to do 2 speeches? Like, one for Degeneration X and then another one for New Age Outlaws?
Look at Ric Flair. Ric Flair went in.
Yeah.
Then the 4 Horsemen went in. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Nash went in. Scott Hall went in. Next, I bet the Outsiders go in. Eventually, NWO goes in.
Yeah.
Like,
we're just gonna keep rehashing these different personas to go in. It's cool that they found some way to get China in. Billy
Gunn's really happy about it. He had a whole thing about how he's excited that China's getting her name in there now.
Yeah.
Like, I was excited there enough that China's going to be one of us to go in with us.
Oh, okay.
So it was really cool to see that.
All right. BC, let's go ahead and do your top 5. The top 5 live.
Top 5 live. Enter countdown. So the Oscars, they actually pulled it off. Hey, they were getting number 5 in the mark out moments. We're going to talk more about it on It Is What It Is. All right, number 4. I forgot my list. Andrade Cien Almas coming up from having to face Aleister Black on his way coming up from NXT on SmackDown. This match was absolutely incredible. One of the best NXT title matches was Aleister Black versus Andrade Cien Almas. The same night that I got to get really drunk with Andrade. Patrick, my bad.
Who's Patrick?
God, I hate that girl. Really hot, but dumb as hell. It's 2019. I can't say that. But a great match, especially having Zelina Vega out there as Andrade's manager and Alistair's husband, or wife.
Wait a second.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Andrade and not Andrade, Zelina and Alistair Black are married.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's
crazy. It's crazy.
makes no sense to me at all, but hey, more power to you. And that match alone was an incredible match. I really, really enjoyed it. So, all right, number 3, going out to Gotham this week. Not a lot of good things on Gotham, but when you have Selena Kyle and the Penguin working together, their chemistry together, those two they're just so good. They're so much fun to watch play off of each other. And if you watch both of their Instagrams, they're always, joking around and having a good time. So it really does show a lot of fun to have them on the show teaming up now. So I do really enjoy that. I do not enjoy the Joker at all. So next up, Ricochet, number 2, makes his way up to the main roster. 2 incredible matches, teaming with Finn Balor. The idea of Ricochet and Finn Balor together was...
Oh my god.
Good lord, that was cool.
Can we just call them Team Abs?
Yeah. In a match with Leo Rush on the other side.
Yeah, he's fun.
That was so entertaining to watch. And then you just have Bobby Lashley coming in and throwing people around. Such a damn good match. And then on the other side of things, we have Ricochet showing up on SmackDown, and we finally get Eric Young in a match on SmackDown. Ricochet and EY. Damn. Yeah. That was a good moment of television. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So, and the number 1, while I talked about it on last week's Gifted Talkers, I don't necessarily like everybody coming together. I just want Andy to be the bad guy. But reuniting the Mutant Underground was an emotional moment, and I actually did enjoy seeing them all come together and be that family again. Whether or not I would prefer Andy to be the bad guy, having that emotional moment really did hit me, and it was just a great moment of television, so I can't hate on that there. So that's our number 1 spot. Those are our top 5 markout moments this week. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, welcome back, Channel Control. We are talking about movies that we watched or TV shows we watched this week, and my first one is The Umbrella Academy. I knew nothing about it. I heard it was coming up, so I actually read the comics before the TV series, and there are a lot of changes in it. Like the 2 characters, Hazel and Cha-Cha, the time assassins or whatever. They don't show up in the Oblivion story, in the Apocalypse story at all. They're in the Dallas story. This one kind of melds those 2 things together. The changes that they made, I liked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not exactly like the comic book, but there are a lot of changes that are like White Violin, the character played by Ellen Page. It's a lot different how she turns against the family, but it almost is exactly the way it goes, where she actually went to another villain who was trying to get her to bring her powers out and do whatever. And
which, I mean, you could call Harold another villain.
But this guy was like an over like the mask and cape thing, whatever, and shit like that. But yeah, he was that guy. But I mean, yeah, Harold was a he was the guy that brought out her bad side. Right. So I mean, other than that, I loved it. Number 5 was fantastic.
Oh, number 5 is the best part of that show.
In the comic book, he's a huge freaking asshole, but that's because he's like a 60-something-year-old man.
Well, and that's what he is in this too. Yeah.
A lot of things they talk about as far as Kennedy and all that. Yeah. In the Dallas story, that's the one they talk about. Like, he was tasked with killing Kennedy. Right. So I mean, the comic explains it better why he is the way he is. But I like what they did with him on the show. Robert Sheehan as Seance, the one that sees all the dead people, stuff like that. His character was a little bit weirder in the comic books. He got close to it. I don't remember them pushing this whole drug thing on him in the comics, but it was good for the story because I mean he's been seeing dead people since he was a kid. For him to maintain, look, I'm gonna start doing drugs.
Right.
So yeah, I like that. I like.
Well,
that
and I like
also.
that they also had the number 7 who, well, not number 7, but the one that died.
Ben.
They had Ben with him at all times, and Ben was just kind of like there, and he was trying to help him out any chance he could.
Yeah, and that's another thing in the comic books that, as far as Apocalypse and the Dallas story, there was no Ben. Oh. You knew that they had adopted 7 and 1 died, and that's it. There was no other mention of.
So
I
assume Ben is the one that turns into like that tentacled monster.
Yeah,
okay.
his name was the Monster.
Oh, okay.
So, because they all have, it's like a Space Boy was Luther,
right?
White Violin, that was Ellen. Yeah, and you had rumor. Yeah, she said, I heard a rumor that blah blah, and you do it or something would happen.
So, like, I haven't finished it. I'm like seven episodes in on Netflix. It's really good. It's a really good watch. I just for some reason I have so many video games, but so in 7 episodes. Do they ever explain how Monster dies?
No, they don't.
Okay. All right.
They never tell you how he dies. It just said that he died.
Okay.
Even in the comics, it was like he died.
Yeah.
And they left it alone. You never saw him hanging around anything like that. So, yeah, that was good. And something that I watched right after it that Mr. J. Washington said was going to be a hard watch is Doom Patrol.
That's going to be mine. I've only watched episode 1, but I love it.
Oh my God, it's so good. The second episode, Crazy Jane.
I love her.
Oh man, she's just flipping personalities like that in the second one.
I have 2 things that I don't like about it. I really don't understand the continuity with Titans, because the Chief is the same Chief from Titans, but played by a different actor, and he's nowhere near as much of like he seemed almost like a bad guy in Titans.
He did seem like
a bad guy. He did seem a bad guy.
And he doesn't seem like a bad guy in this.
Yeah, like in this one, he's actually trying to help them. The one in Titans was like, he was like some deranged mad scientist.
So I do not that's my problem. Is I really don't understand the continuity there. And number 2. The intro for Titans was so freaking good. I love the cold open, and then we go into the intro. The intro for Doom Patrol feels like we're trying to make it just like the Netflix MCU shows.
Like which one?
All of them. They all feel exactly the same.
Well, they're different. Well, I wouldn't say they all feel exactly the same.
They feel exactly the same, but tailored to their show. This feels like the same kind of intro. Like you're just watching one of those again,
right?
So that was I was kind of like, that's you could have done better with that. But look at if those are your only negatives,
not bad.
Damn good job. I don't know what Jay didn't like about it. I haven't read his review of it, but
so do you think that because the Doctor's different, that maybe you could use that as excuse of this is a different universe?
But it's not.
Or a different world.
It's supposed to be connected.
It's not, yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
I know DC likes to do the whole different Earths thing. So
yeah, I honestly don't get it. Why this one character is like 2 completely different people.
Yeah.
From what I understand is he's playing the same character. The intro and how they build up all these characters is all before Gar showed up.
Really?
They don't show us all the stuff with Gar. Gar leaves. We pick back up when Crazy Jane gets there.
And Crazy Jane is the girl that they brought in. Mm-hmm. That was the one that was like...
Who's there sometimes and sometimes she's not.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, here's Crazy Jane. She shows up whenever she feels like it.
But she was the one that they brought in on Titans, right?
No, she was not in Titans.
No, she wasn't.
No, but there was a girl that like they brought in and they tried to help her during Titans. Like she had like some ice abilities or something like that.
No, that's someone else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That's someone else completely. Crazy Jane has 64 personalities, and each one has a different power.
Interesting. That's cool.
And it's not as good as James McAvoy in Split and Glass, but it's pretty close.
It's up there.
Mm.
Okay.
She switches, like when McAvoy switches, his whole demeanor changes. His body almost changes.
He's a new person.
Which is so weird because Like, some of those were all done in one take, so for him to completely change his mannerisms.
Yeah.
This girl, like, you don't notice the switch, really. It's more in the voice.
Right.
So.
Well, the second episode, they kind of fixed that. There's a shimmer around her when her personality changes.
Okay.
So now you know when she's just, and like I said, in one conversation, she went through about 6 or 7 personalities.
Really? Okay. Well, I look forward to checking it out. Yeah, I'm going to watch episode 2 probably tomorrow, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah. First episode, they dealt mainly with Robot Man and his backstory, and that was freaking tragic.
Oh my god!
It's like he knew one story, and then it was like, you really don't know what happened, and like he blocked out. I mean, he was in this coma state for almost a decade or something like that, and when he's like, "Oh, I want to see my wife. You kept me from my wife, and you're hiding them." And it's like, "Oh, sit down. Let me talk to you."
Damn.
So yeah, it was a pretty tragic story. And the second one, they introduced Cyborg to it, and he's not that brooding. I'm angry at everybody. Cyborg that you saw in the Justice League movies. He's actually kind of like he's good with his powers.
So it's more the Teen Titans Cyborg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, he comes in and he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on in this town and what these freaks did and what happened there, and he runs afoul of one of Crazy Jane's personalities, and that's what I'm going to say.
Do you think
the line where Mr. Nobody who's doing the narration, he just goes, "Whatever, critics are gonna hate this show anyway." I loved it.
So do you think that that after this run of Cyborg being on Doom Patrol, that he might join Titans at some point?
I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Because I haven't seen how the character's played out yet, so
Yeah.
I don't know if he would fit. Like the rest of the Doom Patrol, they wouldn't fit with Titans. It is definitely a different tone.
There's more of a comedic feel to it. It's a little bit more upbeat, even though the characters themselves are pretty freaking tragic. But Titans is just...
It's dark.
Let's see how much ass kicking we can do, how much blood we can leave on the ground.
Doom the Titans feels like Runaways to Daredevil.
I see. I got you. Okay.
So yeah, that was my second one, and that's it for me.
So it's him.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. I was gonna go with Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. Okay.
I mean, Umbrella Academy has been the main thing I've been watching. I've also watched You, which is on Netflix. That one's not bad. It's pretty crazy. I think I'm like on the second to last episode, but it's it is a twisted, warped ass guy right there, man.
Yeah, he is horrible. The thing is,
crazy.
There were people putting down, "Oh, I love Joe. Joe is wonderful." This and like, no. Joe is a horrible.
Joe is a crazy
being.
person. Joe is crazy.
Joe's a murderer.
Yeah. And he even says like, "I'm not a murderer." Yes, you are. You are a murderer.
There's a whole movement called Me Too, based on people like Joe.
Yeah, pretty messed up.
So,
but
I
yes.
mean, the actor, he's good.
He's good.
And
although weird body, it's a weird thing to say. Kind of a weird body. Like, he gets into bed, he's just like taking off all of his clothes, and I'm like, that dude's like scrawny. Like, bro, go get in the gym or something. It's weird. And then like the other show I finished was Russian Doll. And Russian Doll wasn't bad.
Heard mixed things.
Yeah.
I didn't like, honestly, I didn't like the main character. Like, that was my main issue. Yeah, like everything else was fine. It was a good story, and I don't know where we're gonna go from here with the second season. But, like, it just seemed like that character didn't belong in this show.
Okay.
It was just weird.
Have you watched any of the AAF?
Yeah, a little bit.
I saw a little bit Saturday night.
It's hard for me to keep track of, like, the schedule of when it's going to come on. But, yeah, I've enjoyed it. Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, some of these guys can't play football, and that's why they're at the AAF.
Someone was telling me it feels like a D2 college football.
It does, yeah. It feels very much like D2. And some of the quarterbacks are from D2, so it kind of makes sense. But like the receivers, oh my god, I feel so bad for those quarterbacks because the receiver will be running a route and the quarterback will throw a perfect pass, gets over there, touches them right in the hands, dropped, and you're like, oh.
My old coach used to say, "Ball in hands, ball on ground."
Pretty much. Like, it only hit him in the hands, man. Sorry, I can't do anything else for you. Yeah, so that, and oh my god, some of the hits that they take are incredible. Like, did you see the one on, I think his name was Sean Washington or something like that? He hit, like, Berkovici, the quarterback. Like, this dude, linebacker, comes around, Berkovici doesn't even see him, goes boom, straight down. Helmet goes flying.
God
In the
damn.
NFL, they call that a penalty. In the AAF, they're like, go for it. Great hit, kid.
It's like, they should kill him.
Did you watch
Pretty
the
much.
anybody watch the All-Star Weekend last weekend?
No, that always. I never really get into All-Star Weekend unless I'm at a bar and I have to watch it.
Diallo dunked over Shaq.
I did watch that.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
And then I forgot who it was, but someone brought a whole bunch of people out and did a whole Tuskegee Airmen thing and jumped over one of the planes. Like, it was a fake plane.
Yeah.
It was a cool presentation.
That's cool.
It's just weird now that the dunk competition is pretty much
Gimmicks.
it's gimmick now. It's
Yeah.
not cool dunks. It's like, what can we add to the
Well,
dunk?
the problem is that we've seen almost
there's nothing
everything.
else you can do.
I mean, what can you do?
Vince
know?
Carter stuck his arm in the
Yeah.
rim. Jordan came from the freaking not 3-point line, but the free throw line.
Right.
Once Gerald Green dunked in his sock feet, you're kind of like, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, and then the whole like bouncing thing that they do, like you've seen that so many times where it like bounces off the rim and then you
Yeah.
catch it and then boom, or you bounce it up and then you catch it and then boom.
Yeah.
Like everybody's done it. Like, so yeah, that's why they just do this good gimmicky stuff. I blame Dwight Howard too. The damn Superman cake, putting that on and getting
Stupid Dwight Howard.
stupid Dwight Howard taking the Rockets' money. Anyway.
Damn guy.
Guy who doesn't know and has no personal
None
issue with them.
whatsoever.
I like it.
Don't even watch that crap. I'm good. All right, well, that is it for us.
That's it.
We are done.
Yeah.
We're out of here. I got stuff to do, a.k.a. play Mafia 3. He's got
It's a real weird callback game to throw out there.
Dude, I've been going through all my old stuff that I have.
Okay,
which is
yeah.
why I'm like, oh my god, Ghost Recon Wildlands is awesome. One of my
that's
friends
right,
is like,
yeah.
are you serious?
Yeah, I'm playing Anthem, Kingdom Hearts 3, Far Cry New Dawn, Madden, Destiny, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I never stop playing my PS4. That's me. But you can also find me on all social media at Move the Joystick.
Find me on all social media at RealJackassBC, RealJackassBC. My podcast, It Is What It Is with Jackass, goes up every single Thursday. Most recent episode has Chris Lemche on it. We talk about all the coming ups from the WWE and everything.
And Oscars.
As well as the Oscars. Find out if we were right, if we were wrong. We tried to predict what we could. Go check it out. And as well, the Jeeves Awards are up now. I worked so incredibly hard on this thing, guys. Please go check it out.
did.
I think it came out pretty well. I was really happy with it. I want to thank everybody who took part of it, especially you guys. It was a lot of fun to do. It's always one of my most taxing but favorite podcasts to do every single year. And just if you get a chance, check it out. It's on cinelinks.com as well as the Offshoots Radio Network.
Yeah, he worked really hard on that Jeepers Awards because he waited till the last minute to get it done.
No, I was waiting until everyone sent me the last thing, stuff in.
I think I was one of the last ones.
Hey, but you know what? You still got yours in before Zach did.
Oh, okay.
And Zach had
Zach.
2 because he had his and McKinley's.
I love
and
Zach.
then the problem is Zach read most of the nominees for McKinley, and he didn't pronounce any of them right.
I love Zach.
And I talked to him today. I said, what is wrong with you? You can't. He's like, those were hard names. I go, Letitia Wright is a hard name.
What did he say?
Millicent Simmons is a hard name.
Did you say Ladisha Wright or
Something like that.
Oh my god.
So I literally had to edit him out and have the announcer do it. And the only one that he didn't do, McKinley did Amy Adams, and she does it better than he does.
I love it. Well, McKinley's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she does steal it again this year.
That's
She's great.
hilarious.
All right, well, that's it for us. I'm Rob. You can find me at Channel Control TV on Instagram and YouTube, and Channel Control on Twitter. And thanks for watching the show. We will see you maybe next week, maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out.
Are we getting canceled?
It might be.
Oh.